In this video, I would like to share um, how to avoid plagiarism. First of all, we should know what is plagiarism. So plagiarism is stealing someone else's ideas or work to use as your own without any acknowledgement. So here are some forms of plagiarism and how to avoid. First of all, you copy your friend's essay, an article, or section of a book and use as your own. It's quite obvious the way to avoid, to be honest. If you do not honest, you still copy your friend's essay and you submit to your course instructor. Usually your course instructor, you put your assignment through Turnitin, the software that discover plagiarism, and then they will note whether you copy your work. So should be honest, first of all. Second one, some of a lifting sentence from someone else without using quotation mark and without acknowledgement. In this case, you should be careful with your annotated bibliography because usually when you read an article, you think it's quite interesting and you copy the whole sentence into your annotated bibliography, and then for a long time you forget. When you write your assignment, you copy the whole annotated bibliography, and then you think that sentence is yours. So should be careful with your annotated bibliography. Number three, the third form of plagiarism is lifting sentence from someone else with using quotation mark, without using quotation mark, but with acknowledgement. Although you acknowledge that idea from someone else, but you forget the quotation mark. In this case, you use your other people's word as your own word. Therefore, it's also a kind of plagiarism. So, in summarizing article, books, you should use quotation in your annotated bibliography, because when you think some sentences are interesting, copy and paste in your annotated bibliography and then put in the quotation mark. So when you refer to your original, to your bibliography, you know which is your word and which is you copy from an article. And number four, you use other people's idea with your own word without acknowledgement. Here, in this case, you forget to acknowledge other people's idea. In this case, some of you may confuse between the general facts, specific information, or study result. So I would like to give some example here. For example, the population of Vietnam is more than 90 million. This is general facts. You don't need to have a direct quotation or citation. But high school teachers in Vietnam heavily focus on forms. This is the study result. You should have the quotation or reference. And number three, Shakespeare was born in 1564. This is facts. This is general true. Everyone knows, so you don't need to have a reference for it. But for President Obama score 102 on IELTS on IQ test, this is specific information. You should quote the result. In fact, I quote it from a website. This is another kind of plagiarism. Number five, if you rely on other people's phrases or sentences without proper acknowledgement, it's also kind of plagiarism. So you should remember to document it carefully, and then you should put the reference after you use phrases or sentences. This is not kind of plagiarism, but it's show that you have a weak scholarship when you rely heavily on other people materials with direct quotation and your contribution is minimal. It means that you have a lot of direct quotation and then you don't show your own opinion. In this case, you should paraphrase all the sentences. You do not quote more than 3 words. So this is the basic rules, basic rules that so you should paraphrase all the sentences. Here are some legitimate use of quotations. When you want to comment on what other people have said, you don't want to distort their idea, so just give a direct quotation and comment on it. When you think that the expression is unique, you cannot rewrite, so you just use direct quotation, but do not use it excessively. And the third one, when you cite such a saying from an authority and you want to count it as evidence, so in this case, it's fair to have a quotation. So I think that's all for my sharing. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.